Nothing contained in this podcast should be considered a substitute for professional medical advice. This content does not represent our respective employers and is purely the opinion of the podcast hosts. We are not your personal medical providers. Sorry, friends. So, if you have concerns or seeking a diagnosis or treatment, please seek individual advice from a healthcare provider in your area. We are not liable for any risks associated with acting upon the information contained in this podcast. This is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only, so enjoy the ride.
Please drink responsibly and in moderation. Before drinking, please be sure to be of the legal drinking age for your country. We do not encourage the misuse of alcohol.
Welcome to Medical Media Mixer, the perfect cocktail. I'm Nicole Peniston, psychologist.
And I'm Tara Prisco, physician assistant.
The numbers went away.
Oh, I thought you were trying to do like your concerned voice from our...
No, I was sad because I can't see the numbers again.
I don't know what to tell you.
Sad.
My drink is I'm going to be a mess by the end of this thing, not drunk-wise, but...
Physically, as pros?
It is...
I like it.
It is black as night, but I don't know if you know anything about activated charcoal, but it's fairly hydrophilic, so it's like separating out. Or hydrophobic, that's what I meant.
I was going to say philic means love.
Yeah.
Hydrophobic. I do know that it's healthy for you to have an amount of charcoal. It's not unhealthy.
Well.
It's what we give to induce vomiting.
No. It's what you give to bind certain things.
Yeah, so when you have your stomach pump, they give you that, and then when you vomit it up.
They give it to bind it and neutralize certain chemicals, not all. So some things, activated charcoal is the remedy, sometimes it's not. And if you are on medications, if you're using it, you could unintentionally bind your medications and then they don't get absorbed. So don't just use it willy-nilly.
I mean, I already know what you're talking about, so I know you're using it to bind something. But
Yes.
Before we get into that...
Yes.
Have you partaken of the Days of Prime?
No, you know what? This is like probably the first time ever, and I haven't bought something. I have nothing.
Well, I bought this that I'm wearing because I wanted to get I forget what the name of it. There's some sort of like band tracker that like tracks your energy level and things like they're supposed to help you if you have chronic illness. But that was like a ridiculous, stupid amount of money. Plus you had to pay for a subscription.
Right.
So this was supposed to be comparable. So I bought it. I've only had it one day, but I do like it because I can't sleep with my watch on. That just bothers me. So this is much more comfortable. So if nothing else, I can track my sleep with it.
Okay, cool.
But hopefully it will be other things. So I bought that.
I have not even perused. I can't believe it, but I just haven't.
Well, as I said, I bought celery bitters for a cocktail that we will need. And I bought some flippy floppies. And for Deb, I purchased her some... is it called SPF clothing? Like the sun protected clothing?
Yep.
Because she, despite me telling her multiple times, she finally has come to the conclusion she's allergic to the sun. And we are going away for 4th of July. So I was like, well, you need clothes for that.
You do.
So I bought her a shirt and like a pool cover up that you could also just wear like around.
Right.
So hopefully she will enjoy those. But
I
didn't
like... Columbia makes us some button down sort of like white, like long sleeve shirts and throw that on with some shorts like over whatever. And it's like, doesn't look bad, but it's good for the SPF protection.
Yeah. So I bought I bought like coffee pods that I like little silly things, a body wash that I like, nothing, crazy or special. It was just stuff I probably already had in my cart and would have bought. It was just cheaper.
Yeah.
These days.
I wasn't perusing much. I guess usually like I have a bunch of people online that I follow on Facebook that are like,
I haven't seen a bunch.
But I haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
And then I have a student now. So I'm like in the office, like I'm always like talking to them in between any moment of downtime. So I'm not like flipping on my phone at all.
Yeah.
So I just haven't. Now when I lay down and go to bed tonight, I would be like, bye.
Probably.
The husband bought a toaster for the house though.
Okay, nice.
We had a 4-slice toaster and he's like, this thing is big. We keep taking it in and out of a drawer, like, cause we don't keep it on the counter. He's like, why don't we get a small one? It's easier to take in and out. So he got one with some fancy like LED screen and stuff. I hear children making ruckus.
I say someone was very dramatic just now. There were a lot of feelings being had and I could hear the feelings. Yeah, I mean, I will say, like, normally I would get, like, all these ads. It's like, "Buy the 10 best things," or blah, blah,
Right.
blah, and I
I didn't
haven't
see
seen a
it.
ton.
No.
And then, like, I didn't need any, like, big ticket items. Like, I didn't need, like, an Apple Watch or headphones or anything. So,
Right.
like I said, it was just stuff that I already had in my cart or on my list to buy at some point, and then they just happened to be cheaper. So I was like, "Okay, I'll buy
Hey,
it
why
now
not?
instead of next month." Like, I found this new facial moisturizer that I really like, and I'm, like, 3/4 of the way through the container of it, but I was like, "Oh, well, now it's, like, 40% off, so I
Okay,
buy
let's
a new
get it
one."
so we have the
Yeah,
next one. Yeah.
exactly. So it's, like, little stuff like that, and, like, we've talked about how I loved, may she rest in peace, the ube, um, lattes from Starbucks that they no longer make,
Mhm.
but I found a nice ube coffee pod that is pretty good.
Ooh,
So I had already had them and, like, went through them and was out of them, and then I saw that they were on sale. So I was like, "Okay, I liked those."
okay,
I
let's
I
do
drank
that.
the whole container, so I bought those.
That's
So, like, little stuff
nice.
like that. Nothing outrageous, so which is good for my wallet.
Yeah, I know, that's the thing. Sometimes when you start buying unnecessary things that you don't really need or want that you just see, you're like, "Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, that's cool."
Yes. Well, it's funny because somebody I was talking to, they were like, "Oh, well, normally Prime Day's in July, and I'm not financially ready for that right now." And I was like, "Oh, well, they moved it because of FIFA." And they're like, "Wait, what?" And I was like, "No, really. Like, look
Is
it up."
that really?
Because there's Amazon Prime is streaming all the FIFA
Uh-huh.
shows, matches,
Uh,
words.
matches, yeah.
So they figured more people would be partaking of Prime, and so more people would be likely to shop.
Oh, they're hypnotizing us. Go
And
back
then
to
I'm
our
sure
last
you've seen if
episode.
you've watched anything on Prime in the last 6 months, they always have, like, little ads where you just scan it and then adds to cart, so they're kind
Yeah,
of buying into that, which, good for them.
right.
But the stuff that
Mm.
I bought these last 2 days, I probably would have bought in July either, so they were getting my
Oh
money
my
one
god,
way or the other.
children. Children? I
I
it's
like how
like
they
they're
pretend like it didn't happen, even though they're right there.
they're literally outside that door. That's the top of the stairs right there. Oh my goodness. I
They just wanna be famous just like us.
don't
That's all.
The little one probably, the older one not so much.
Yes, so is the little one excited because we got our Comic-Con tickets?
Yes. So, I don't think she has a clue what to expect. I'll
Oh,
give
of
her,
course
like,
not.
more pictures and videos and ideas when it gets closer.
Mhm.
We do need to then come up, yeah, with costume ideas. So,
Yes, we have to coordinate for that. I had an idea as I was driving home today that
okay.
would work both for kiddos and for grown-ups.
What's that one?
We could be characters from Wednesday.
Wednesday was one of the ones on my list. That was a
Mhm.
good one. I also thought of, like, just, like, the Day of the Dead type, like,
Yeah.
stuff because I think that's cool. You could do it more scary, more pretty,
Mhm.
whatever.
Or like I
I
said,
had a
just like general, like, villains, heroes, something
yeah.
like that, where it's casting a wider net.
Yeah, yeah.
So, several years ago, when I went to Comic-Con with our friend Diana, um, we chose a theme, but then put a little twist on it, and it actually went over way better than I thought it would.
Okay.
But we did Marvel characters, but make it glam. So that was
Ooh.
when she was, the Scarlet Witch and I was Agatha, but we were in, like, ball gowns and, like, super sparkly and
Oh,
dressy.
wow.
People loved it. So we could always do, like,
A
pick a theme,
twist.
but make it glam.
That's cool.
Or, like, another theme I've been wanting to do for a while is gender swapping. So picking a male character, but then making
And
it
then
like a
the
pretty female version of it.
ooh,
Yes. So
you're the creative one here.
I try.
That's why we keep you.
Thanks. You gotta keep me around for something.
And for all your acting abilities. Check out
I
our Patreon
try.
if you wanna see that.
Yes. I did some of my best work on that
You
4
did.
minutes.
You
So,
did.
best 4 minutes of my life right there.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you make me laugh. I don't know about anybody else, but
You know what? That's all that matters. It's just you and me. No one's listening to us. It's just the 2 of us.
I have to literally edit out no, not edit back in because if I use the AI to take out extra words or pauses, it edits all my laughing out, and then it's just
Aw.
weird pauses in between, so I have to click all my laughing back in so the listeners aren't like, "What was that weird pause?"
Yeah. I get it.
'Cause I'm always laughing at you. Um,
Thanks. I try.
yeah, you're the quirky, I'm the straight man, you're the,
I'm the personality hire.
you are. I mean, you're pretty smart too, so
Thanks. It's a bonus. So,
s
should we get into it since your drink was about to
I think we
separate?
should. So,
Okay.
my drink is called Cast It Out. As Claude tells me, it is black as a demon, white as a prayer. There's something underneath you can't quite see. There is actually in there a maraschino cherry, like one of the
Yeah, it's
fancy
supposed to be
ones.
hidden.
But it slipped beneath the surface, so I don't know where it is. I'm just gonna
It'll be a surprise when you find it.
So it's 2 ounces of vodka, 3/4 ounce of lemon juice, 1/2 ounce of light agave. It put in brands because I scanned all my stuff and told it to remember all the stuff I have. But any brand of agave or vodka is fine. Activated charcoal drops. So what I did was I took a bottle of activated charcoal capsules and I opened them and then mixed them with a little water. And
Magic.
then Fee Brothers Fee Foam I'm using instead of like aquafaba. It's essentially a way to make a foam without using egg.
Okay.
And so it comes in a little bottle. You take that with a couple drops of that in water and you shake it up in a shaker and then you kind of spooned it on top and it actually did hold. It did not collapse. So I guess
Nice.
that's the whole point of using that versus like trying to do your own thing with egg. And then garnished with a maraschino cherry, submerged below the foam. Essentially take the vodka, the lemon juice, and the agave. You do that with your shaker, with your ice. You put it into your coupe glass, and then you added the activated charcoal drops and stir until it turns very black. And then you make your fee foam and you spoon it across the top and drop your cherry in. It is interesting. My mouth is going to be black. Let me take a sip because I have not
Look,
yet
just
taken
lean
a
into the
sip.
joy of it.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be delicious. It's going to be
I mean, the drink
magical.
itself is very good. It's essentially a lemon drop, right? I mean, it's
Stick
lemon,
your tongue out.
not
It's
black,
not black.
yet,
You're good.
but we'll see when I get to the bottom of it. It tastes very tasty. So, I mean, with or without the color, it's essentially a lemon drop. So, pretty good.
Nice.
So I know that you have read the book of what we're going to talk about.
And I meant to watch the movie and then we moved things around and I didn't have time.
It's okay. So we're going to be talking about My Best Friend's Exorcism, which is the book from 2016 by Grady Hendrix.
One of my faves.
Yes, as well as the film, which was done in 2022. So
Can I just use a quote that a patient said
Yes.
to me this week?
Sure.
I went to the movies. It was cinema. So was this cinema?
I don't know if I would call it cinema, but it got the right vibes.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be like a group of girlfriends set in the 80s. It's a dark comedy, horror, coming of age mashup, essentially. And I don't know if you remember what the cover of the book, I had it on Kindle, but I'd seen what the cover looked like. It's supposed to look like an old VHS tape.
Yes.
And it was, got a couple of words, became a cult favorite for sure. I definitely heard
The book
about
or
it
the movie?
The book.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't think the movie got any
No,
awards
no,
because
no.
I didn't even hear about it.
No. This is the book.
Okay.
And just Grady Hendrix, he writes other different kinds of horror adjacent books.
I keep telling you, I cannot say enough about Horror Store.
I know, I still haven't read it yet.
It's my favorite.
And there's
so
the
far.
Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fun because it's like pop culture with horror mixed together. They're not like just plain horror.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I like it.
And there's always kind of like I don't want to say like social justice, but there's always like a piece that's like a social commentary.
Yeah.
Too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so the movie itself was Amazon Prime exclusive, and it's rated R. It is rated about 50% in Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, great.
5.3 out of 10 on IMDb. But I guess if you didn't read the book, you'd be like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean?
I feel like even if you read the book, you start off like WTF. Like, I mean, I feel like if you pick up a Grady Hendrix book, you already know it's going to be a little kooky.
Yeah.
So like you're kind of ready for it.
But I think if you just see the movie on its own, you're like, I don't, you don't get like sort of. But I felt that they did the characters well. They looked and acted like them. I thought that the visuals were good. I thought it matched what I was imagining in my head. So it was basically tried to be compared to things like The Exorcist. You cannot do that. you
What do you
know,
mean you cannot compare it to The Exorcist?
right.
Or
Yeah.
oh,
You
okay.
can't compare something like this to The Exorcist.
Well, I feel like The Exorcist was way more serious than this is.
Yes. Some people called it a John Hughes movie meets The Exorcist. That I get. That
That's
mashup.
a perfect mashup.
Exactly.
I feel like even in the book, there's some references to like Pretty in Pink or something. So that's spot
Yes.
on.
And, it's got like the soundtrack from the 80s. So it gives you that feel. So the kind of story, it's the same in both. So it's in 1988 in South Carolina. There's high school sophomores, Abby Rivers and Gretchen Lang. They've been best friends their whole life. Since
I'm
they were
sorry.
10 years old.
Every time I
Mhm.
hear the name Gretchen, I think of
Gretchen.
Gretchen Wieners.
Mm-hmm.
My father's the inventor of Pop-Tarts. No, toaster strudel.
Toaster strudels.
He's the inventor of toaster strudel.
So it all started their friendship at Abby's ET themed 10th birthday party where Gretchen was the only kid who showed up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of ride or die best friends, the typical stuff, making mixtapes, singing into hairbrushes as microphones, all that fun stuff. Gretchen definitely comes from a well-to-do family, whereas Abby, her mother is working hard and not around as much. But basically what happens is there's actually 4 friends in this group. So these 2 are the closest to each other, but then there's 2 more friends, Margaret and Glee. So the 4 of them spend a weekend at Margaret's family lake house. And Margaret's boyfriend Wallace supplies LSD in the book. The girls go skinny dipping in the film. So either way, however it works out, Abby stays behind and is not with them for that moment. Then Gretchen disappears into the woods, into an abandoned shack near the lake. And then when she comes back, she's different. When I read it in the book, I was like, because the boyfriend came up, I'm like, were one of his friends there? Was there like a sexual assault? Like, I was like, what is going on here? Like, why did she come back just acting completely differently?
Right. And I feel like that was kind of the way, like, it's written to be like that you assume it's something more common.
Literal.
Yeah. But like also more common. Like,
Yeah.
a bunch of teenagers, girl goes out into the woods, she comes back, she's all weird, something bad
Right.
happens.
Exactly. So Gretchen's behavior starts to shift when they get back to school and everything else. She's moody, she's volatile, she's cold. Abby keeps trying to figure out what's going on, but sort of makes excuses. Sort of strange things escalate, objects move, animals act weird. Just something feels off about everything. But mhm. I heard you breathe, but I can't see you on the screen, so I thought you were going to say something. Sorry,
No, I sniffed.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was I was going to say something, but I'm looking at my notes. So
yes, excitement. Go
I know.
on.
I don't have you as let me see if I can make you small there so that I can
Make me small.
So I can see you while
I
I'm
don't
looking
want to
at
be
my notes in the other.
small.
I want to look at my notes in the other window. Don't close you. Hold on.
Don't close me, please.
How do I make you small without closing you? There we go.
This is so offensive.
Wait, hold on. I can go to the bottom. I'll edit this out. Why did it get big again?
I got big again.
All right, I can't look at you while I do
shenanigans.
this. Sometimes it gives me the picture-in-picture, but it is not doing it today. Anyway.
Just like sometimes it'll kill me a countdown. Other times it says, fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much. All right. So, we start to sort of, see that Gretchen starts to do things like she gives her, Margaret, I'm sorry, my brain is lost here. Okay. Gretchen gives Margaret a diet shake, supposedly suppresses appetite. Margaret starts to become increasingly ill, just fading away, but she's loving it because she's super skinny and she has poor insight into what's going on here. And eventually we see her vomit a giant worm out.
So I'm guessing this is a movie I probably don't want to watch, knowing my vomit phobia.
So there's 2 vomit things. That vomit thing isn't so much, it's a lot of CGI worm. The first vomit is
I told you I can't watch
vomit.
cartoon vomit. No. I'll just have to fast forward through those parts.
So, eventually a tapeworm literally crawls out of the girl's mouth. Glee gets manipulated by Gretchen into coming out as queer and then deliberately is fed a nut-filled brownie, triggering her anaphylaxis. So that was fun. Abby gets publicly humiliated at the school carnival. She's dunked in a dunk tank. And the thing from the beginning of the movie, we see that is Abby's very self-conscious about her skin and about her acne. So she wears a lot of makeup. And so when she gets in the dunk tank, of course, her makeup's coming off and then you can see her acne. So even though everybody's like, something's up with Gretchen, like she's being manipulative, she's weird, stuff's going on. Like there's a lot more to it. Like her parents are sort of oblivious because they're living their rich lives. But Abby sort of refuses to give up on her. So they have this Christian, I don't know, hype squad, what would we call them, come to the school and put out a presentation. There's these like 3 guys, they're brothers who like lift weights for God or something.
Okay, wait, who are the actors in this movie?
The one is, I know him. That guy,
Who play the girls? Because when you just said that, I just got a flash of a movie that I've seen and I'm like, maybe I did watch this damn movie.
So
is it Ella Purnell?
So it is Jenna. No, that's the screenwriter. Cast: Elsie Fisher, Amaya Miller, Rachel O something, Kathy Ang, Christopher Lowell.
Okay,
Christopher
so not Ella
Lowell.
Purnell.
If you saw him, you know him.
Okay.
He's brother Christian. If you saw his face, you like, I know that dude. He's like the only one who I knew.
The flash that I got, it's definitely the actress Ella Purnell. So
not it.
Yeah.
But this is like, these guys put on like things at schools, at malls, and things like that where they're lifting weights for Jesus. I'm not really sure the connection there, but you know, there's
Jesus picked up some heavy shit. Now they do it for him.
And the girls do go to a Catholic school. So basically, after this show, Abby sort of approaches, I think she goes to the mall and she sees when they're performing again. And then afterwards, she starts talking to Christian. He's one of the 3 brothers. And he has the gift of discernment specifically. And so she
Does
talks
he actually
to him.
have it or he just tells people he has it?
I'm not really sure. I mean, he pulls through in this. He's pretty good in this. But she basically tells the whole story. She's like, we got to save my friend. Like, help me. Can we do this? So essentially they kidnap Gretchen and bring her to the lake house. They do salt, holy water. They figure out the demon's name. His name is Andras. And the exorcism seems to be working until Andras takes the form of Christian's deceased mother. And so that sort of throws him off and he loses his cool. He runs, Gretchen escapes, and she eventually flees to the shack where the possession began. Abby follows her, and she doesn't use scripture or holy water. She recites their shared memories out loud to sort of pull her back. So this is like the little friendship thing. Talking about the E.T. birthday party, songs they sang, things they did together. And then Gretchen vomits again. That's the 3rd vomit scene, sorry.
I'm out.
She vomits out Andras, who's a small skeletal creature who immediately tries to repossess her. Abby grabs an old bottle of liquor and a lighter. She sets the demon on fire. The girls hug. It's over. Gretchen's family is clueless, but they were moving out of town anyway, so they still move, but the girls promise to stay in touch. So...
yeah, it's your usual teenage tale.
Yeah, I mean, so where's the medicine in this, right? Are we talking about demon possession?
I didn't even think about how this was relevant to anything medical. If you were going to talk about vomit, I am signing off right now.
No, we're not. Well, I mean, there's stomach stuff involved, but not vomit. So we're going to talk about other things that can be inside a person. Little Jesus beings Christ. That can be inside a person. Specifically,
you're talking about parasites.
Parasites. Oh. So we've done the skin ones.
Fuck you right now.
Now we're going to do the inside ones.
This is not what I signed up for today. I clearly did not look at your notes, or else I would have been like, "Girl, you on your own."
I don't think I even. I think I just wrote a title of what it was, but I didn't put.
But
everything
speaking about
yet.
Skin parasites, this is coming full circle.
Okay.
Our friend,
yes,
Brandy Glanville, who said she had the face parasites, and then it magically got fixed, came out this week saying that she has a tumor in her face that's caused by the parasites.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you can't help them
Exactly.
all.
Exactly.
So, what's interesting is that was a real thing, though. So, the diet shake that Gretchen gave Margaret was a thing that was used in the 80s. They were tapeworm milkshakes.
I feel like I've heard that before. I feel like that is not brand new information to
Right.
me, and
So,
I'm
that was
mad that I have that information in my head.
something that people used to do to lose weight, like get a tapeworm. You know, do not recommend people. Okay.
Oh, also, a tapeworm is not the same as ringworm,
No.
is not the same as there's something else that people always use those words wrong.
Yeah.
They'll call,
Not,
like, one thing a tapeworm when it's something else. I
yeah.
forget what else.
But the most common species of tapeworm that affect humans,
I don't like this.
one comes from beef. It's called Taina saginata. And then
Is he
there's
Japanese?
I don't know. There's a pork one called Taina solium.
They're
And there's
from
a
hyenas?
Taina,
I thought you said hyena.
Taenia. And then there's one that infects fish, which is, oh, great, Diphyllobothrium. That's things in like raw fish like sushi and ceviche.
Can I tell you about the one fish that I know is a parasite, but
Okay.
you don't get it by eating it?
Okay.
There's a fish in the Amazon that'll swim up your butthole,
Oh, that's not fun.
and then it'll attach to your large intestine, I guess.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah. I learned that in college.
I
Go to
won't
school,
be,
kids.
I won't be swimming in the Amazon anytime soon.
I learned that in my poisonous and venomous animals class in college.
Oh, that's a fun class. I
It
would have
was very
taken
fun.
that.
Yes, we learned about all different regions.
So, yeah, the fish tapeworm actually does affect a significant amount of people, about 20 million people worldwide, usually where places where raw or undercooked meat is consumed or the
Is
inspection.
it certain kinds of fish or any kind of fish?
There are certain kinds, but I'm not going to get into like, the fish stuff. We'll talk about the medical end.
Okay.
But
so you're not going to warn us about what we should avoid. We just
well, no,
take
I
our
mean, if you get
chances.
sushi from a reputable place, they do
Oh, so it's only in sushi fish.
well, raw. If it's cooked, you kill it. You're good.
Okay.
That's like cooking pork kills it as well.
I don't like this.
So yeah, dating all the way back to the Victorian era, women deliberately swallowed pills containing tapeworm eggs to lose weight. Basically the logic was the parasite hatches, lives in your gut, eats your food, you lose weight without having to do anything.
No, I'm thinking because I read a book and it was in the Victorian times and a woman had a tapeworm, and now I can't remember what the frick I was reading where this came up, but it did come up, and it was through the pills, but she didn't know she was taking the pills. Someone gave her the pills, and then she got
same
the
thing
tapeworm.
here. I mean, that's essentially what happened. I don't know.
What is happening?
What are you reading?
Why? What am I reading? Why do I know these things?
I don't know.
I don't like that I know them. Get them out of my head.
So transmission is basically from eating raw or undercooked meat or fish that has
or purposely
the larvae.
eating tapeworms.
Yeah, they have the larvae. They're not like the full on tapeworm in there, but they develop into adult tapeworms in your intestine, can grow several meters long.
I was going to say I knew what was coming next about how long they can be
for years. They can live for years inside you.
And that was in that book I read that when they got the tapeworm out, it was like something like 12 feet long, and I was like, kill me now.
So pork tapeworm specifically, humans can also swallow the microscopic eggs from contaminated water. So I guess, I don't know, if you live near like certain water, the pig poops in the water, don't.
I mean, everything poops in the water. We poop in the water.
This can cause something they'll call cysticercosis, where the larvae can actually get into your brain and other organs, your liver and your brain specifically.
Like toxoplasmosis?
I mean, it is a plasmosis, yes, yeah. And that is a parasitic type thing. So most people, it's actually milder, fairly asymptomatic. Most people don't know they have it. Vague abdominal discomfort, so nausea, diarrhea, weight loss. Sometimes your B12 can be a little low and a little anemic. Nothing crazy.
My B12's low and I'm a little anemic.
Yeah, but that's because of surgery.
So. I was going to say, but I'm fat, so I definitely don't have a tapeworm.
That's from your surgery. Proglottids, which are segments of the worm.
I was going to say, isn't glottis your...
No, not glottis here. Glottids. They can appear in your stool, and it's how people usually find out. Wait, though. Do not go online and buy some stupid ass parasite cleanse, people. This is not what I'm telling you to do. Because guess what? When you do that, you don't have parasites. It's very rare. When you're doing that and you say, look, what came out in my poop? It's parasites. No, that's the lining of your intestines. Please don't do that. Do not buy some online parasite cleanse. Please don't. Okay. If you really
said
have it,
so many words just now in a concerned tone.
people do it.
None
People
of
ask
which
me
those
on
words should
a
be said.
weekly basis, should I do a parasite cleanse? And I am, no, you do not have parasites. No, do
I
not.
don't like this. I
All
don't like
that's
this
doing
episode.
is angering your insides. And
My
making...
entire insides are angry right now about all of this. And my outsides.
So the one where it goes to the brain is obviously much more serious, seizures and headaches and things like that. So that's a whole different ball game. That's a medical emergency. But basically, if we really are suspecting that you have that, we would do something called a stool for ova and parasites, and it would look for eggs or pieces of parasites and under a microscope, and then we would diagnose you and treat you appropriately. So don't stress out. You do not have a parasite. If you want to know,
I don't think I have one. I just don't want to hear about them.
yeah. But essentially it's a little single dose of a medication called praziquantel, and it's literally one dose and you're good. Like, that's it. So don't do some crazy online thing.
I mean, there's a lot of crazy online things we should not be doing. That is just one of them.
So the next parasite I'm going to cover is actually one of my favorites.
God, who knew that was going to be a question? What's your favorite parasite?
When I was in school, they
Mine's
had
the one
this
that
little
swims up your asshole.
cartoon of like the life cycle of this parasite. So I won't forget it because it's just a very bizarre life cycle. So
you are a very bizarre life cycle.
It infects 460 to 740 million people.
Oh, God.
One of the leading parasitic causes of anemia in sub-Saharan Africa, particularly Southeast Asia and the Americas. Unlike most GI parasites, they live in the soil. It does not live in the animals. You are not eating it. It lives in
Wait, is
dirt.
this mad cow?
No, this is hookworms.
Oh. Ew.
So typically what happens is you're walking outside barefoot and they get through your skin.
Through your foot.
Right.
And they swim their way
and
up.
then they get into your bloodstream. And then they get into your lungs. And then you cough and then swallow them. And then they get into your GI tract.
I mean, look, I don't like any of this, but I'm going to give it to those little fuckers. They are smart.
Right? Like when I saw the little picture of like how they go all the places, I was like, this is pretty freaking amazing. So don't have bare feet in endemic areas like sub-Saharan Africa, Southeast Asia, and South America. Okay?
But isn't this a place where people may not have money for shoes?
Possibly. I mean, that's why people probably invented things like shoes.
I'm pretty sure that is not the singular reason they invented shoes.
No, but it's one of them, things getting in your feet. So sometimes light infections don't have symptoms. They attach to your small intestine. They feed on your blood. They can cause iron deficiency, anemia, fatigue, weakness, abdominal pain, diarrhea. Children can have some stunted growth or a cognitive delay, so that would be a concern. Elevated eosinophils on a CBC is a classic clinical clue.
You are literally naming everything I have wrong with me.
So
I have hookworms, is what you've told me.
No, well, eosinophils are also your allergy markers. So, but when you see some cuckoo bananas eosinophils and there's nothing else that makes sense, you should look for parasites. You should.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't have parasites. I think it's inflammatory autoimmune things, but either way.
But specifically eosinophils are either parasite cells or allergy cells. It could be just really sucky allergies.
I have really sucky everything.
So also, single dose of albendazole, done. You're treated. So it's really easy to treat the right way medically. So that's pretty good. Just watching the person's iron. So that's, So the next one is another fun one.
You're using that term very loosely.
Often found in children when children have an itchy butt. This is how you possibly know about this one. This is called pinworms. It's the most common in the U.S., actually. Like, it's pervasive.
It's just in baby butts?
Mostly kids, 4 to 11 years old, and their caregivers are people who, take care of them. It is the classic fecal oral route. So it does need to come in through the mouth. Female worms crawl out at night of your butt to deposit eggs around your anus. And then they scratch their butt because it's itchy. And then they touch their friend. And then their friend touches their own mouth. And then there we go. We got poop eggs in your mouth.
Go on.
So here's the way you find out if your kid has pinworms.
You wait until it's dark, and then you peer in their asshole and see if little mommies crawl out.
Close.
What the fuck?
You put a piece of tape over their butt before bed, like over their little butthole, over their anus. So you check in the morning.
This is real science right here.
There's little white eggs on there. You're like, oh.
Slap some tape on it. It'll be
fine.
Then
you got to treat everybody in the house, obviously. But because you don't know like what that kid's been touching with their itchy butt fingers.
Butt fingers.
So, and this one does not show up in stool tests. So it's usually a clinical diagnosis. The tape test is literally the test. But again, you treat it very simply with one of these things called albendazole or mebendazole. There's also an over-the-counter version that you can treat everyone in the house simultaneously, wash all the bedding, all of the stuffed animals, anything that's been anywhere near that booty, and wash hands.
That booty.
It's funny. I didn't know I liked parasites. So I didn't tell you the reason I decided to do this episode because, I'm studying for my boards and I take them in a week and a half. And I was studying the parasites chapter and I was like, huh. And then I was thinking about my best friend's exorcism and the tapeworms. And I was like, huh. And I was like, well, it's also sort of like, a demon who's possessing you is sort of like, a parasite. And I was like, huh. And then there you go. An episode was born right there.
You're so amused with yourself right now.
I am.
That I can't even say anything because it's just going to crush your spirit. And this is what makes you smile today.
Yeah, we forgot our segment.
The segment is what makes you smile today. And today, parasites make Tara smile.
Pinworms.
Segment done.
Butt tape.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Another big common one. You've heard of this one. Amoebas. Amoebiasis. You've heard of amoebas. Don't drink the water kind of a thing.
Yeah, so like Montezuma's Revenge, that sort of thing.
Exactly. So this is not a worm, but it's still considered a parasite. It's a single-cell organism, but it's not a bacteria. Fourth leading parasitic cause of death worldwide, so it's no joke. 40 to 50.
Are they dying from that, or are they dying from like the effects of it?
The
effects,
the dehydration and things like that. 40 to 50 million symptomatic cases and 100,000 deaths per year. India, Africa, Central South America, and definitely contaminated water is a big part of it. Poor sanitation. Most of the times in developed countries, it's either immigrants or if you've traveled. So that's why in that social history, we often ask, have you recently traveled? It's also more likely found in men who have sex with men. So it's also fecal oral route. So I guess that would be why. So you drink food or water that happens to be contaminated with human feces. So it doesn't come from a pig or a cow or the dirt or your own butt. It comes
and that's why we don't eat other people's poop.
Exactly.
And that's what made me smile today, except I'm not smiling.
90% of people have no symptoms at all. I did actually diagnose a patient with this like a year ago.
Oh, God.
Who was losing a lot of weight. And I was like, you know what? Like, we've worked everything under the sun up. Let's just do a stool for this, for all the ova and parasites. And this one popped positive. So,
Great for them.
It can happen.
Thank goodness you love parasites.
90% of people don't have symptoms, but when they do have it, it's watery or bloody diarrhea. That is considered dysentery when it's bloody diarrhea, abdominal pain, cramping, fever, and sometimes it can travel to your liver and cause an abscess. Not common, but it's possible. And the treatment is a very common antibiotic, metronidazole, followed by another agent called paramycin. So you have to give them, and I remember because I had to look up this regimen because, of course, I've never treated anyone except for this one person with it. So I had to look it up. But yeah, you have to complete this, and then you complete this. One kills the live, and one kills the eggs. So basically, yeah, safe drinking water. I mean, the problem is even when you think you're somewhere, in some places, it can
You
be.
you don't know till it happens.
And
So
that's the problem.
yeah.
So, and then of course, if a lot of these you do need to treat like the household contacts, the ones that are easily transmittable. So, pinworms being the one that's the most transmittable within a household. Uh, but yeah, treating everybody in the house, and a lot of them are very simple. Actually, the amoeba is the longest regimen. The other ones are just like 1 or 2 pills, and you're done. So that's parasites for you.
Thank God you're done. I was like, what is she
You're
gonna
ready to die.
I was like, what else is she gonna freak me out
Yeah,
with
those are
next?
the main ones. I'm sure there are other ones out there, but those are the main ones and the ones I had to study. So I was like, let me throw them all in one thing. So yeah, wash your hands. Don't scratch your butt. Okay, people. Cook your pork and get your sushi from somewhere reputable.
And parasites make Tara smile. But her tongue is still not black.
It's not. So actually, this drink is fun if you want to do something festive, and it does not turn your mouth black like I thought. So I would actually say this would be a good like Halloween drink. So I think people who want to make that at home, it worked out fine. I bought some, like I say, activated charcoal pills online and just opened them up, mixed them with water, and that did the job. I mean, there's a little residue at the bottom of the glass of activated charcoal, but that's
I was
fine.
gonna say, isn't charcoal in like toothpaste for like whitening?
They sell some kind like that. It's more for the abrasiveness of it,
Oh,
just
okay.
like baking soda, because it's very abrasive. Like I said, it's residual in the glass. It doesn't fully mix in. But it's tasty. Like I said, it's essentially a lemon drop that's black. So I think it would be a good party drink for like a theme. I think
Mhm.
it'd be cool. I'm sure you could do something like this. Ooh, and throw some glitter in it and make it space themed. I mean, there's all things you could do.
So many possibilities.
So yeah, that's what I got for you as far as parasites go. Stay out of trouble. Don't have nightmares after what I've just told you. Don't get possessed by anything either. Those are parasites as well.
These are all important things.
But do find the buff Christian weightlifter guy to help you exercise your friend. I mean, he did pretty well until the very
Exercise
end.
or exorcise?
Exorcise your friend.
Or exercise. There's a gnat in here, sorry.
Oh no.
It's a parasite.
Don't swallow it. What is it, the song? The lady who swallowed the fly? Wait. Hold on. What's
I
the
don't want to
song?
talk about these things
No,
anymore.
the song from when we were a kid. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. She swallowed the fly. No, you're blanking on this.
I know, but I don't know all the words, so that's
Hold
why I'm
on.
just
Now,
staying
wait, hold on.
silent.
We're going to entertain our friends for one more minute.
Is this entertainment? I think we should ask them
who
first.
Swallowed a fly. Okay. Let's get some lyrics here. Lyrics. All right. It's a nursery rhyme. So there was an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. There's an old lady who swallowed a spider that wriggled and wiggled and tiggled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a bird. How absurd to swallow a bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a cat. Fancy that, to swallow a cat. She swallowed the cat to catch the bird. She swallowed the bird to catch the spider. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed that fly. Perhaps she'll die. All right, how many more are there? Okay, then I'll tell you the next. Dog and cow. So, and then horse. She's dead, of course, though, after she swallowed the horse. So,
I was going to say, if nothing else, she's popular with the fellas if she can swallow all that.
So that gnat was a perfect ending.
Was it?
It was. All right. Thank you for listening to Medical Media Mixer.
The perfect cocktail.
Cheers. Tasty.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Medical Media Mixer podcast. If you enjoyed the conversation, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review us on your favorite podcast platform. Your support helps others find the show. Want to keep the conversation going? Follow us on social media. We're at Medical Media Mixer Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, and on Pinterest, the Medical Media Mixer board.
If you'd like to support the show and help us grow, check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com/Medical Media Mixer Podcast. And on Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee.com/medical media mixer podcast. If you have a topic idea, feedback, or just want to say hi, send us an email at medicalmediamixer@gmail.com. You can also stream all of our episodes and find more info on our website, medicalmediamixer.podbean.com. We're available on all major podcast platforms, so no matter where you listen, we're there. Thanks again for listening, and until next time, keep mixing medicine and media.